Hello everyone, in this video I want to talk about 5 ways to read faster. So these are some speed reading techniques, some ways to read faster so you can get more books read. That's a problem for many people. They maybe have a lot of books but they never have time to read them. I hear a lot of people are very slow readers, so this video should help you a lot if you're struggling with reading fast enough. And interestingly enough, reading faster does not necessarily mean that you will not understand enough. Sure, you can just skim and like do all those like read way too fast and just like pound through books and not understand anything. That's not the goal of speed reading, but you can actually also read too slow, so improving your reading speed will actually help you improve your comprehension as well. Imagine if I started to talk really slowly, like now I'm speaking with like a normal speed, you understand me, but if I started to speak very slowly, would your comprehension improve or decrease? You see, it's much harder to understand like me telling you something in very slow of a pace, so improving the speed instead of reading just one word at a time will actually improve your comprehension as well. So that is a myth that you cannot comprehend well when you're speed reading. So, but the practical ways, the first one is to use your peripheral vision. So what that means is that it's just like the camera objective. It can focus on like a very narrow part, like one word. If we're talking about the camera, maybe like an object, but the eye can also like just focus on like one word, or it can focus on more words. You can use your peripheral vision to illustrate. I point this pen here, not only can I see it on the screen, but I'll actually see it all the way here. Even though my eyes are pointed to the camera, I see the pen on the side. So you can also see many words at the same time. You don't need to see just one word at a time. You can see the page differently and you see more words at a time, and you can read like 3-5 words. If you're really good as speed reader, maybe you can see even more words at a time and move much faster on the page. And the second idea is that, or second practical way, is to use a pacer. A pacer you can use in a way like, for example, here I have this book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. A pacer you use so that you point it at like one point of the page, then next. You should be able to read like a book fairly well, like with 2 glances per line, unless it's very small text or something. This book, for example, you could just move the pen from line to line, like 2 glances, and you see those words and then the next words, and you move with a pacer, and that helps you to not slow down when you read. It's easy to start to like go back to the normal slow pace and start reading when you stop thinking about speed reading and just get like if you read like an hour or something, you probably go back to your old habits. So with the pacer you can go much faster, keep a faster pace, and your eyes will move faster and you read faster. When you get really good, then you can of course drop the pacer. It's not very like comfortable, of course, like especially in bed or something, to lay down and try to use a pacer, but you can learn to speed read like sitting down and using a pacer. And extra tip, the more narrow the pacer the better. Finger is okay, but it's not that good, especially if you have big fingers, then it will cover more of the page and more of the words and you cannot see that much at the same time. So something small that points to the page is even better. And extra thing that that helps with, or why that helps, is also an evolutionary like thing with the eyes, how we have developed, because we have been conditioned like, or evolved to see things that move, like pay attention to things that move. So when you're moving this pen, your eyes will focus more on the page than if it's just the page. Why we have evolved that way? Well, think about it. If there's a predator that's trying to eat you, it's very important that you spot something that moves in the forest or jungle. Same if it's something that you're trying to hunt and gather. You want to see the prey that you're going to hunt and eat. So that's why our eyes like to focus on something that moves. That's an extra thing why the pacer works. Third is that way is to read for ideas and clumps. So what I mean is, for example, like Bill Gates, they talk about like how he reads very fast, and his metaphor, like way he reads, is he really just reads for the ideas. You don't want to just like get stuck with the words and like just read one word at a time. You want to get the idea of that like line or phrase, and like go idea to idea instead of word to word. And also the clumps, what I mean by word clumps is you can easily spot like different like groups of words on the page. Like if there it's the United States of America, you don't need to read the United States of America, you know, the United States of America. What else would be some example of like, it's very hard to come up with something like that, but some words that you know that they belong together, so you can read the whole word clump. And also like there's all these dots and of course everything like that there also that help you to spot like the word clumps and parts of the phrase. So that's one way to read faster. And then you want to also, fourth way is to learn about what you read. If you're reading some certain author, you might want to learn about the author first, and just some general things about the topic that you're studying. Then that way you can comprehend much better and you can move much faster with the book because you understand the subject. Instead, if you don't understand anything about it, then it's really hard to read fast and get anything like out of it. Then and lastly, fifth way is to just increase your vocabulary. So when you increase your vocabulary and you know more words, you can spot them on the page much faster. You don't get like stuck. You shouldn't do that anyways, but when you're learning like new words, you can even like write down some words that you don't understand and check them right away or later what they mean. But as you increase your vocabulary, you can see the word instantly and you don't need to get stuck with it, like reading it, like what is that word. You know it, you can move forward, and that will help you comprehend also the subject much better when you know the subject's vocabulary. And the way to do that is to read a lot, also listen to audiobooks and podcasts and everything like that. It's a great way to add more like knowledge and hear those words. You can even, when you listen to audiobooks, it's easy to go to translate or like the dictionary to check what that word means. For me, of course, English is not even my mother's tongue, so I need to like sometimes like translate them, and maybe I know the word in Finnish. If I don't, then I need to read the definition of the word as well. But even if you're an English speaker, you need to you probably won't know every word of, especially if it's like some very specific subject. So then go to the dictionary and check it out. So those are my tips for you to speed read, to get more books read. Thanks so much for watching. Give this a like if it was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.